In the heart of Oklahoma, Joe Tippens, a successful businessman, received life-altering news. Diagnosed with small cell lung cancer, his world came crashing down. The cancer had spread aggressively, reaching his neck, liver, pancreas, bladder, and bones. Doctors gave him 3 months to live. The odds were less than 1%. The weight of this diagnosis pressed heavily on Joe and his family. The fear of the unknown cast a dark cloud over their lives. The future seemed to vanish, replaced by uncertainty and despair. Joe's diagnosis was a stark reminder of life's fragility. It forced him to confront his own mortality. The diagnosis was an emotional earthquake. His family rallied around him, offering love and support. Yet the fear lingered, a constant companion. They navigated medical jargon, clinging to hope. Joe embarked on the arduous journey of conventional cancer treatment. Chemotherapy and radiation became his new reality, a relentless assault on his body. He endured grueling sessions, each one chipping away at his strength and vitality. The side effects were merciless. Nausea, fatigue, and hair loss became his constant companions. His once robust physique withered, his weight plummeting from a healthy 220 pounds to a frail 110. Each day became a struggle, a testament to the ravaging effects of both the disease and its treatment. Despite the aggressive treatment, the cancer continued its relentless advance. Joe's body, weakened by the chemotherapy and radiation, struggled to keep pace. The tumor markers, ominous indicators of the disease's progression, continued to rise, casting a long shadow over any glimmer of hope. The physical toll was undeniable, but the emotional burden weighed equally heavy. The once vibrant and energetic Joe found himself confined to his home, his world shrinking with each passing day. The treatments that were supposed to save him were also stealing his life force, leaving him depleted and filled with despair. Facing a grim prognosis and dwindling options, Joe stumbled upon a ray of hope from an unexpected source, a dog dewormer called Fenbendazole. A veterinarian aware of anecdotal reports of the drug's anti-cancer properties in animals, suggested it as a last resort. Desperate to explore every avenue, Joe delved into research on fenbendazole. He discovered studies, albeit preliminary, suggesting its potential to inhibit tumor growth. While skeptical, he clung to this glimmer of hope, willing to try anything that might offer a chance at survival. In addition to fenbendazole, Joe adopted a holistic approach, incorporating vitamin E, CBD oil, and curcumin supplements into his regimen. He viewed this as a multi-pronged attack, targeting the cancer from various angles. While the scientific evidence supporting these supplements was limited, he believed they could potentially bolster his body's defenses. Driven by a combination of desperation and cautious optimism, Joe embarked on this unconventional treatment plan. It was a long shot, a gamble against the odds, but he was determined to seize any opportunity that might defy his grim prognosis. He held on to the belief that even in the face of overwhelming adversity there was always a chance, however slim, for a miracle. Within 3 months of starting the fenbendazole regimen, something remarkable happened. Joe's cancer, which had ravaged his body and defied conventional treatments, began to recede. Tumor markers, once harbingers of his decline, plummeted to undetectable levels. His energy returned, his appetite improved, and the weight he had lost slowly started to come back. Word of Joe's seemingly miraculous recovery spread like wildfire. What began as a desperate attempt to cheat death had transformed into an improbable tale of survival. People around the world, touched by his story and inspired by his courage, reached out with messages of hope and support. Joe's story became a beacon of hope for cancer patients and their families, offering a glimmer of possibility in the face of despair. His experience, though anecdotal, ignited a spark of curiosity and ignited a global conversation about the potential of alternative cancer treatments. The media took notice, sharing Joe's story far and wide. He became an accidental advocate, thrust into the spotlight as a living testament to the unpredictable nature of cancer and the importance of exploring all treatment options. His story, shared with humility and a deep sense of gratitude, resonated with countless individuals battling their own cancer journeys. Section 5. Fenbendazole in the Spotlight Scientific Inquiry and Controversy. Joe Tippens' recovery thrust fenbendazole, a dog dewormer, into the spotlight as a potential cancer fighter. His case sparked interest within the scientific community. Researchers began to take notice, intrigued by repurposing an existing drug. Studies at Johns Hopkins showed fenbendazole inhibited tumor growth in mice. These findings were promising but not conclusive. The drug's mechanism in cancer was poorly understood. Joe's case and preclinical data urged further investigation. Organizations like OMRF showed interest in clinical trials. The scientific community remained cautiously optimistic. Joe's experience was just one case. It was crucial to distinguish correlation from causation. Rigorous research was essential to determine fenbendazole's promise. Section 6. The need for rigor balancing hope with scientific evidence. Joe Tippens' story, while inspiring, ignited a debate within the medical community about the responsible exploration of alternative cancer treatments. While some hailed fenbendazole as a potential breakthrough, others urged caution, emphasizing the need for rigorous scientific evidence before embracing it as a viable treatment option. Medical professionals acknowledged the allure of anecdotal evidence, particularly for patients facing life-threatening illnesses. However, they stressed that personal testimonies, while powerful, did not constitute scientific proof. Relying solely on anecdotal evidence could be misleading and potentially harmful, leading patients to forego conventional treatments with proven efficacy. The medical community emphasized the importance of distinguishing between correlation and causation. Just because Joe Tippens experienced remission after taking fenbendazole did not necessarily mean the drug was solely responsible for his recovery. Other factors, such as his participation in a clinical trial or the synergistic effects of the supplements he used, could have played a role. While acknowledging the need for further research, medical professionals cautioned against self-medicating with fenbendazole or any other unproven treatment. They stressed the importance of consulting with qualified healthcare providers to make informed decisions about cancer treatment, considering both the potential benefits and risks. Section 7. The quest for funding, obstacles to research. Despite the growing interest in fenbendazole's potential as a cancer treatment, securing funding for clinical trials proved to be a significant challenge. Pharmaceutical companies, typically the primary drivers of drug development, showed limited enthusiasm for investing in research on a low-cost, readily available generic drug like fenbendazole. The economic realities of the pharmaceutical industry played a significant role in this hesitation. Unlike novel drugs with the potential for patent protection and substantial profits, fenbendazole offered little financial incentive for pharmaceutical companies to invest in expensive clinical trials. This lack of industry support posed a significant obstacle to advancing research on fenbendazole. Government agencies and philanthropic organizations became crucial sources of funding for scientists seeking to explore the drug's potential. However, securing funding from these sources was highly competitive, requiring compelling preliminary data and a strong rationale for further investigation. The challenges in securing funding highlighted a critical issue in medical research: the potential for promising treatments to be overlooked or delayed due to economic factors. The case of fenbendazole underscored the need for innovative funding models and a greater emphasis on supporting research on repurposing existing drugs for new therapeutic applications. Section 8. Beyond anecdotes. The importance of continued investigation. As of 2025, concrete information regarding Joe Tippens' health status post-July 2023 remains elusive. The absence of recent updates underscores the importance of approaching anecdotal evidence with cautious optimism, while recognizing its limitations in drawing definitive conclusions about a treatment's efficacy. While Joe's story ignited hope and spurred scientific curiosity, it is crucial to remember that anecdotal evidence, however compelling, cannot replace rigorous scientific investigation. His experience served as a catalyst, prompting further exploration into fenbendazole's potential, but it is only through well-designed clinical trials that we can definitively determine its safety and effectiveness in treating cancer in humans. The scientific journey is often long and arduous, marked by setbacks and unexpected discoveries. The path to developing new treatments, particularly for complex diseases like cancer, requires patience, perseverance, and a commitment to following the evidence wherever it may lead. Joe Tippens' story, while just one piece of the puzzle, highlights the importance of continued investigation into all potential avenues for cancer treatment. It is through a combination of scientific rigor, open-mindedness, and a willingness to explore unconventional approaches that we can hope to find effective treatments and, ultimately, a cure for this devastating disease. Supporting the future of cancer research. Joe Tippens' journey with fenbendazole reminds us of the importance of supporting cancer research. His story sparked hope and highlighted the need for funding research on repurposed drugs. Cancer research requires collaboration from scientists, clinicians, policymakers, and the public. Investing in research is investing in hope, new treatments, and eradicating cancer. Support research by donating, participating in trials, or volunteering. Every contribution brings us closer to a future without cancer. Together we can make a difference for millions affected by cancer.